She was 72 years old and already losing what most of us take for granted: the ability to see the faces we love. Ms. Clara had lived a life full of stories. She'd worked in a small-town library, read hundreds of books, and introduced generations of children to their first fairy tales. But now she struggled to read the headlines of a newspaper. When she first walked into my clinic, her shoulders were stooped, her steps hesitant, but it was her voice that told me the truth. "Doctor, I think I'm going blind." That moment never leaves a physician, not because of the diagnosis, but because of the helplessness behind those words. I remember looking into her eyes, noticing how dry and irritated they were, the subtle yellowing of the lens, the dimness that had replaced the spark. I asked her about her diet, her habits, and when she last had a full eye checkup. Like many her age, it had been years. No major issues had driven her to the doctor until her world started dimming. It was then that I knew she needed more than just treatment. She needed education. Over my 25 years in ophthalmology, I've treated thousands of patients like Ms. Clara. Their journeys differ, but they all converge at one painful intersection: the slow loss of vision after 60. And while some degree of vision decline is natural, the tragedy is that in many cases, it's not inevitable. The body, and specifically the eyes, are capable of remarkable resilience if given the right tools. One of those tools? A vitamin that most people overlook completely: lutein. Yes, lutein. It's not a miracle pill, it's not magic. But when I say it can transform the trajectory of your vision health, I mean it. Lutein and its close cousin zeaxanthin are the only carotenoids found in high concentrations in the macula of your eye. That's not a coincidence. Nature put them there to protect what matters most: your central vision. When light enters the eye, especially blue light from screens, LEDs, and the sun, it creates oxidative stress, a type of cellular damage. Think of it as rust forming on your eye tissues. Over time, this damage accumulates, leading to macular degeneration, cataracts, and poor contrast sensitivity. But lutein and zeaxanthin act as internal sunglasses. They filter harmful light, neutralize free radicals, and preserve the delicate structures of your retina. Now let me take you back a few decades. Before I even knew what ophthalmology was, I watched my grandfather, a man who had spent his life painting landscapes, slowly lose his ability to distinguish colors. He went from identifying every shade of green in a single tree to confusing blue with purple. That loss of color wasn't just about vision. It was about losing the joy of his life's passion. That memory is why I do what I do. It's also why I dig deeper than prescriptions. So when I told Ms. Clara about lutein, I didn't just rattle off statistics. I told her about the AREDS2 study, a massive clinical trial by the National Eye Institute. It showed that people taking a specific combination of antioxidants, including 10 milligrams lutein and 2 milligrams zeaxanthin, had significantly reduced progression of advanced age-related macular degeneration. For some, it meant the difference between independence and dependence. Her eyes lit up. "But doctor, where do I get it from?" she asked. That's where most people falter. While lutein is found in leafy greens like spinach and kale, the amount we absorb from food declines with age. Our digestive systems simply become less efficient. The solution? Targeted supplementation. But not just any supplement. Quality matters. I guided her through reading labels: no fillers, third-party testing, proper dosing, and fat-soluble forms. But eye health is not built on one nutrient alone. I explained that lutein works best in synergy with vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, omega-3s, and a proper hydration routine. You see, your eyes are not isolated organs. They're part of a dynamic biological system. When you're dehydrated, your tear production suffers. When your omega-3 intake is low, your tear film breaks down faster, leaving your eyes dry and inflamed. Everything is connected, so we crafted a plan. Mornings began with a glass of water, a boiled egg for natural lutein and zeaxanthin, and a smoothie packed with spinach, chia seeds, and oranges. She took her supplements with breakfast, never on an empty stomach. We added grilled salmon twice a week for omega-3s and snacking on pistachios and bell peppers became part of her afternoon ritual. Her screen time was reduced, and she started wearing blue light filter glasses when reading or watching TV. I also taught her a trick few people know: eye exercises. Just like your body needs movement, your eyes do too. Every couple of hours, she'd do figure 8 movements with her eyes, blink rapidly for 30 seconds and focus on a distant object. It helps with eye strain and keeps the muscles engaged. Within weeks, she reported her eyes felt more alive, less dryness, fewer floaters, and sharper night vision. She felt hopeful, not cured, not perfect, but hopeful, and hope is powerful medicine. But what makes this story important isn't just Miss Clara's outcome. It's the fact that this could be you, your parent, your neighbor, your future. We're at an epidemic point when it comes to visual decline. We're staring at screens more, going outside less, eating ultra-processed foods, and neglecting preventive care. Lutein isn't a quick fix. It's a signal that your body is still listening, still willing to respond if you support it. Vision loss doesn't have to be a life sentence. It can be a wake-up call. So if you're watching this and you're over 60, start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Go to your fridge. Can you find anything green? If not, write it on your shopping list. Spinach, kale, eggs, oranges, bell peppers. Add water to your morning ritual. Stand by a window and soak in natural light. Blink with intention and consider the right supplement. 10 milligrams of lutein, 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin, paired with a balanced eye-loving routine. Because the earlier you start, the more you preserve. It's not about reversal, it's about protection. In the next part of this video, I'll guide you through a full 24-hour vision-saving routine. What to eat, when to rest your eyes, how to shield them from damage, and which habits accelerate decline without you even knowing. This routine isn't based on fads. It's built from decades of science, experience, and watching people like Miss Clara rediscover the world through clearer eyes. So don't click away. You're not just watching a video, you're rewriting your future. Stick with me. Your eyes will thank you for the rest of your life.